What's good, football fans? Back at you once again with another video. And lo and behold, I was given a nice little surprise this afternoon when I went on my browser and looked, and the all 22 coaches film is already out. So I'm thinking, okay, now we get to take a look at the defense. Now I want to put extra emphasis on the defensive line in this particular film breakdown, specifically Chase Young and Montez Sweat. But at any rate, I really just wanted to come on and take a look at the defensive side of things. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right on in. Now from the very first play, you could see that the defensive line was going to play a big role in this game as Jonathan Allen got in and actually put a nice little hit on Big Ben. Love to see that. As you see, the pass sails. Absolutely love to see Jonathan Allen getting in there. You know, this play here, the more I look at it, it just looks like Washington just flat beat Darby on this play right here. I mean, he just ran right past him. Here, watch it again from this angle right here. I mean, he just shoots right past him. I can't really see from that angle. You know, coming to this game, I think this defensive unit knew that Pittsburgh has been having issues running the ball, but I just love the way that they just attack as a gang mentality. Now, this play here was a play where Chase Young almost got him. Now, he really was right there. He leveled out a hit, just missed. Unfortunately, they completed the play. Okay, so here's the first of 6 plays from the goal line. And denied. Actually, that was on the 5-yard line. Sorry. Now they're on the goal line. And no. Oh, but don't look now. Lo and behold, there was a penalty. So it's 1st and goal from the 1. And our defense steps up and stops that. Watch that again. I love seeing the gang tackling going on from this team. They just came out with the mindset they were not going to get beat with the run. Love it. Kaliki Hudson at the front of that pile. Here they go again from the goal line. And stopped yet again. Another gang tackle right on the goal line. Now you see on this 3rd down, they decided to get cute and try to do this little play to the right. A little toss or whatever, a little throw or whatever. And it didn't work. To the lineman, by the way. Going for it on 4th down, which I took as a little bit as disrespectful. But, you know, I get it. They thought that the law of averages worked out for them. But boy, oh boy, did that one backfire. Watch Chase Young come flying in at the end of this play and just stop it. I mean, goodness gracious. Now this play right here is just a simple case of bad, piss-poor, open field tackling, and then James Washington putting the burners on and taking off and getting a touchdown. Piss-poor tackling out on the edge by Kendall Fuller, who is normally really good at that, and I really don't know what was going on in this first half with him, but that definitely was one of the worst moments of his 2020 year. Now, this 3rd down play right here was really interesting for me to see in real time and to be able to look back on it. I mean, look at the way that Chase Young I mean, how does he get in the backfield and disrupt this play with Juju Smith-Schuster is not a slow guy. I mean, and to have somebody that size be able to just run up in the backfield, disrupt the play, and get the tackle before that guy gets the 1st down is unreal. I can't say enough about Chase Young. I mean, his tape speaks for itself. Look at him. He jumps off of the film. He just jumps out on the film. Again, Chase Young is just a complete monster. Look at him. I mean, he starts off the play trying to get a little bit of pressure, ends the play putting a shoulder into the running back a few yards upfield. I mean, look. Jumps back in. Boom. What a monster. Now, while this team didn't get any sacks against the Steelers have a pretty good offensive line. Chase Young and company did put pressure on them, like right there. I have absolutely no idea what happened here. If this was a bad snap or a direct snap to the running back, whatever it was, Montez Sweat was all over it and in that backfield. And I'm going to tell you, had this gone a little bit to the left, that'd have been a recovered fumble by Montez right there. On this play right here, you can see some of Chase Young's natural talent as he just kind of darts in and out of guys and then almost gets Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, Roethlisberger hasn't been sacked in weeks, and this was probably the closest that they came to it right here. I mean, he had an arm on him, and then Ben just flicked that pass out. Here's another example of Montez Sweat putting his hand up and making a play while doing it. Boom. I was actually quite surprised that they didn't get more interceptions than they did. I mean, they got the one at the end of the game, but I was surprised they didn't get more than that one because there was definite opportunities. I love Daron Payne being in the middle of this defense and being able to just sniff runs out like this and just stop them. You know, this play, it plumb pissed me off when I saw KPL coming in and what I thought was going to be a pretty easy sack, and then to see Roethlisberger just kind of spin around like that's nothing. That plumb pissed me off. Now, on this play here, Kerrigan almost hit home, but Ben with that short little flick. Now, Chase just about got to him again on this play right here. I mean, just about got him. He was there in time to touch the ball and to make things change, but just almost got him. Ooh. Now, in this play right here, Kerrigan gets in there just in time and just enough to change the play and make Ben go too wide out to the side, and it kills it. Now, this to me looks like one of those fourth down plays, but they really didn't know what they were going to do until they came to the line and saw Jonathan Bostic not in play, so they threw at him, and it didn't work. Maybe we got lucky there. Now, I had seen Sweat put his hands on the ball maybe once or twice in this game already, seen players almost touching it with the low passes, and boom, there it is. It leads to the interception that caps the game. You know, aside from getting the win in yesterday's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe that it was actually a moment for the defense to really shine. You know, the team got a chance to shine on Monday night. Well, I know we could call it not technically Monday Night Football because it was more like Monday afternoon football, but the team got a chance to shine in front of America. And, you know, it's at least the first time in the last 7 times that they were on Monday night that they got the victory. And it was the first time since 1991 that they got a win against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for me, it was a big victory. You know, honestly, it means a lot in the building of what Ron Rivera is doing right now. Personally, being an underdog is the reason why I became a Redskins fan years and years ago. So I think the underdog mentality fits our franchise and what we're about 100%. So I feel like Rivera's doing the right thing by trying to start there and build up from that. Everybody knows that nobody fights like the guy that's told he can't do something. Nobody puts in more effort than the guy who's told he can't do something. Even when he knows that he can very well do it, it's just in getting the opportunity. I really like these two defensive-minded coaches. You know, Jack Del Rio is really polishing this defense up really, you know, like beyond where I thought they would be at this point in year one. I mean, folks, we're looking at a top 5 defensive unit right now. I'm not sure if everybody's really wrapped their head around that as of yet. And the great part about it is I don't think we really have to worry about Del Rio leaving and going to another head coaching job, which I guess I could be wrong, but he's, you know, gone and tried that twice now and not had the success that maybe he thought he would. I'm not so certain that at his age, he's really going to go chasing another head coaching job at this moment right now. Now, of course, that could just be a pipe dream of mine thinking that we'd be able to keep him longer than he wanted to be kept. We all know that number one goal for these guys is to lead a football team on the field or to be that head guy. And we all know that in a conversation with Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio is out of his depth. He is never going to be able to be the leader of men that, you know, that Rivera is. All that said, you know, the defensive line still, in my opinion, was able to be disruptive even without getting any sacks. You know, they put a lot of pressure on Roethlisberger. They made him change around some things. The fact is, his system is now set on the quick pass setup, and he's really set to do things so he doesn't get hit, which most people know and may remember that that's complete opposite of where he was in earlier years of his career when he used to stand in the pocket forever. I really like what I'm seeing out of the rotational sets they put out there. Really, the only player that I'm kind of down on the defensive side of the ball is Thomas Davis. I feel like maybe at this point that he's kind of, I don't know, outlived his rotational set. Maybe I'm by myself on that. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh on him. I don't feel like he's fast enough to still be on the field. Maybe he's just not reacting the same way he used to. I just feel like at this point, I think Kaliki Hudson could maybe serve, better things if he sees more playing time. He's only going to get better once we start giving him more, of a role. I also realize that that's just one person's opinion. I really like the rotational set our defensive line runs in with Tim Settle on certain downs, Daron Payne on others. Looks like Jonathan Allen's kind of getting the lion's share, at the other spot. And then, of course, you've got Montez Sweat, Chase Young, and Ryan Kerrigan all switching up. And I don't think we fully can grasp how much Ryan Kerrigan means to this whole setup and how much he might be teaching to all these guys. And at the same time, a guy like Chase Young, who already physically has the ability to do big things, but just needs some technical direction. I mean, it's unbelievable how much Ryan Kerrigan is worth in those moments for us to teach him. Then you got a guy like Montez Sweat over there, who's just a complete freak. He's like 6'6" and can run the 40 in 4.3. And when he jumps up in the air, it's like he's got his hand 10 feet in the air. I mean, it's hard to get a pass past this guy. That just makes the defense harder and harder to deal with. Not only do they have to contend with constant pressure, but guys like Young, who are never out of the play, they're fast enough to make up from, trying to press the quarterback at the line of scrimmage. And then when they see the play going down the field, they can just stop what they're doing, run down the field and catch a running back. Montez Sweat is the guy who has speed where he could run clear across the field and catch a wide receiver. It's just unreal to see the freaks of nature that we have put together on that defensive line, and it's good to see it all coming together on the football field. Now, I know all of our fans have probably experienced this a little bit, but it appears like our opposing fans are just full of excuses, but you guys know how it works. They say we can't beat them until we beat them, and then they say that they weren't that good. That's just how it works, being a fan of the Washington football team, aka the Redskins, whatever you want to call them. That's how it is. I think most of us have kind of come to grips with that and know that that's the reality of being a fan of this franchise. A few of us have realized that you put a black hat on when you go into this situation, like you're the bad guy automatically. It was kind of nice last night to see the team come out in all white, because I was thinking to myself, wait a minute now, so we're not the bad guy in this game? But immediately I was reminded that of course we are the bad guy. Of course we're the guy that nobody wants to see do anything. As I saw several bad penalties come up and happen, or whatever the case may be, I am not the type of fan that's going to pinpoint all of the bad calls or all the missed calls. So if you guys see the missed calls in the film, please point it out, because that's something that over time I've grown used to, and I don't try to make a big deal out of it. But please, by all means, I want you guys to point it out so that we could talk about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm overemphasizing the wrong things. But this game, for me, was a measuring stick. I felt like it was either going to make us or break us in this season to show us what we could do. If we could beat the Steelers, then I feel like we could probably play with any team in the league. And I truly believe that. Now, obviously, in the coming weeks with the matchups we have, we got the 49ers coming up, the Seahawks coming up. We're going to find out more about this football team. But as of right now, I like what I see. At the beginning of the year, I predicted this team to go 8-8, and I honestly still believe that that's attainable. We're going to have to wait and see how it all works out. But I fully believe that they're going to lay it all out on the line and keep it on the field and show us what they have every game from here on out. And I was reminded last night how much that I've actually come to really like Cam Curl in that secondary too, because the moment that he wasn't in there, I was just like, oh man, what we're going to do now? I'm not fully convinced with DeShazer Everett, and I really don't know enough about Jeremy Reeves yet, although what I've seen so far I really like. And then I said I wasn't really convinced with Everett. I like him a lot better than I like Troy Apke. At any rate, if you guys have anything you want to add or any questions you might want to ask, just holler at me in the comment section. Hope everybody's been enjoying your Victory Tuesday. I know I, for one, have. Y'all take it easy. Peace.